In the next 6 minutes, I'll teach you how to make a BLT that only costs $4 but tastes expensive. The trick is in how we cook our bacon, in that we're making a homemade cilantro lime mayo that'll level up our sandwich without breaking our wallet. So if you want to have an amazing meal that costs only $4, then follow along and let's get to cooking. Now the first thing we're gonna get to work on our BLT is our bacon. So buckle up, because this is actually a pretty simple recipe. We're gonna grab our preferred bacon. I like thick cut, and then we're gonna lay down 3 slices on a sheet tray with the wire rack. Also, look at how delicious that already looks. I don't know what it is, but if I could eat bacon raw, I would. Now we're gonna take our bacon sheet tray and load it into our oven, setting it to 400 degrees convection bake. I find cooking bacon in a cold oven versus preheating the oven renders out more of the fat and gives you better bacon in the end. We're gonna check it in 20 minutes, but in the meantime, we're gonna now make our cilantro lime mayo. Now in a high-sided container, we're gonna drop in 1 whole egg, followed by 1 clove of garlic, 14 grams worth of Dijon mustard, and 5 grams of lime juice. Also, if you don't like grams, I have the measurements for cups and tablespoons down in the description. I'm gonna now grab my immersion blender and give everything a nice blending, mixing it all together. From here, I'm gonna pour in 170 grams worth of vegetable oil, and I'm carefully doing it because I want it to be 2 layers, our mixture in the bottom and the vegetable oil sitting on top. Now with our immersion blender, we're gonna turn it on and slowly work our way up the container. Give it a solid 10 to 15 seconds at the bottom of the container before slowly working it up and then mixing in all that oil. In the end, you should have a super thick mayonnaise that you made from scratch, but we're not done yet. Now I'm gonna set 1.5 tablespoons to the side for later, and then I'm gonna throw in 8 grams of salt, followed by 21 grams of cilantro, which equals to 1 of these little oyster packets. And I'm gonna also chop the cilantro just a little bit to make it easier for my immersion blender before throwing it in. And lastly, we're gonna throw in an additional 10 grams worth of lime juice. Give it 1 final blending with your immersion blender, and now you're left with a beautiful green cilantro mayo. That tastes insane. Oh yeah. Oh, that's so good. If you have that soap gene, I'm sorry, but you're missing out. Now 20 minutes have passed. I'm gonna check on our bacon, and I think it's actually perfectly cooked. The edges have a nice little crispiness to it, and the meat hasn't rendered out and shriveled too much. Now regarding that bacon grease on the bottom of that sheet tray, I personally do not like to use it that often. I could put it in our mayo or use it to toast the bread, but then the bacon flavor gets all over the sandwich, and I kind of want it to be concentrated in the bacon itself, if that makes sense. So I'm gonna set that aside and just leave it for another cooking project. And now it's time to toast our bread and assemble our BLT. But first, if you're liking this video, I would greatly appreciate it if you hit the like and subscribe button. Now let's get to toasting our bread. In a pan, we're gonna set it to medium-high heat, and then we're gonna grab our bread, which is a sourdough loaf. Now remember that mayonnaise we set to the side? We're gonna use that to toast our bread. I'm gonna lather it up on one side of each of our pieces of bread, and then I'm gonna throw them on our pan to toast. I know it's a heated debate on which is better for toasting bread, butter or mayonnaise. I personally think butter is better, but mayonnaise is cheaper, especially when you make it yourself. Now, once our bread has toasted on one side, we're gonna flip it and just toast the other side for about 20 to 30 seconds. I want it to be super lightly toasted, so that way the crunchy exterior and the soft interior in our sandwich has a nice little balance of textures. Also, I used this induction cooktop for the first time and never, and I kinda hated it. It took forever to toast the bread. Oh, and be careful when toasting the bread. Don't burn your fingers like I did here. Ah, hot. Now, the very last thing we're gonna do before assembling this sandwich is slice our ripe vine tomato. We're gonna get 2 slices, not too thick and not too thin. You wanna bite into it, but you don't wanna be biting the whole tomato. And now it's time to assemble our beautiful BLT. I'm gonna grab 1 of our pieces of toasted bread, hitting it with a little bit of our cilantro lime mayo, followed by giving it a few leaves of crispy sandwich lettuce, and then laying on our 2 slices of tomato on top of that. Editor Xander here, and do not forget to put fresh salt and black pepper on the tomatoes. It's so important. As well as our 3 pieces of bacon, hitting it with a little bit more cilantro lime mayo, and then closing it off with our top bun. I'm gonna cut it at an angle and then behold a beautiful cross section of BLT wonder. Now I haven't done the math yet, but editor Xander has, so he'll put it up for you here. This whole sandwich only cost this amount of money, which is basically nothing for a sandwich these days. Our BLT's got homemade cilantro mayo. It's perfectly toasted and nice extra crispy bacon. There's only one thing left to do now, which is taste it. All right, this actually looks and smells absolutely delicious. I'm stoked to give this a shot right here. That's insanely good. It's a perfect balance of textures and flavors working together in harmony. It's super easy to make, it's delicious, and it's inexpensive. You gotta give this a shot. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you wanna see more budget-friendly recipes, I'm linking my $2 Spam Musubi video right here. Thank you so much for watching and have a wonderful rest of your day.